Alright, so people think I'm kidding when I say that I use Ecodur for everything. But especially now with Ecodur burst packs, I really do, because I don't have to mix up a whole gallon of it to get something done. Alright, this is my buddy's big cooler. He's always generous enough to loan it to me, but it leaks like crazy all over the floor. So he had done a silicone fix, but you can kind of see there, didn't quite get the whole crack. Silicone sucks on this stuff anyway because it's not resistant to the impact of the cans, anything that way. So we're gonna cut all of that out and I will show you how. I'll take a wire brush on a wheel to remove the silicone. I'm also afraid that there may be some other cracking in here, so I'm gonna rough up the rest of the surface so that it'll more readily accept our coating. So we've removed all the silicone and roughed the surface up a bit with our wire wheel. Wiped it out real well. I used a dry rag and a vacuum to wipe it out. Did not want water because that crack goes right into foam. Last thing we want to do in any coatings project is to trap any moisture under the coating. So next we'll get the coating ready. You do want to mix the part A really well. There's no need to mix the part B. That's the part in your little pouch there. Mix that part A really well. You really can't overmix it. You're not going to heat it up too much or anything that way. So feel around. If you feel anything that feels chalky in there, just keep mixing. Push some of that aside. Kind of like squeezing a tube of toothpaste here. We're not trying for super accuracy here or anything that way. This is the seam, so we're just looking to apply enough pressure on the seam to burst it, hence the name burst pack. So, here we go. Boom! Now you'll see it didn't burst on the edges super well, so we're gonna come back here. Remember, we got about 30 minutes or 40 minutes of working time here, so there's no rush. So we wanna make sure the product isn't going to get caught up in those little edges. So we'll go ahead and squeeze that until the full burst seam is burst. Then we want to make sure that everything is mixed well. Here we go. Just dump that whole thing right in there. Now, again, like a tube of toothpaste, just gonna roll this out. And start by brushing it into those cracks. It'll fill those cracks up really nicely. Then I'm just gonna take the rest, try to give as even a line as I can. Now we can even paint. Ecodur readily accepts all paints and everything that way, so if it was important to my buddy that it all matched, then we can spray paint this any color, and it'll actually, the spray paint holds onto this better than it does anything else that I've ever seen spray paint on, so it's incredible that way. I do want to make sure that I'm agitating it everywhere into all of the grooves that I've made, just to make sure we get the best adhesion possible. There you have it. In 12 hours, this cooler is back to being ready for service and probably better than ever. Alright, so the Ecodur has cured on my buddy's cooler. You can see it's nice and hard there. It's adhering really well to all of the edges. Actually, even on the parts that I didn't rough up, it's adhering super well. So that's up over the drain plug there. So it was leaking somewhere in there and from the drain. So no leaks yet. There you have it. Nothing leaking so far. We are good to go.
If you would like help finding a Castagra certified applicator for your project, or would like to become a Castagra certified applicator, please call 888-388-2935, email info@castagra.com, or visit www.castagra.com.